Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today's video is story time of me in the hospital for 9 long hours. So going back about a week ago now, I started getting cramps in my lower stomach and I thought it was just my general period coming along, but then I backtracked and went, well, my period was already over, so I shouldn't be due now for another couple weeks. So I pretty much let the pain go along its way because I thought I knew what it was and I just let it be and didn't really take much notice of it. And then on day 2, I started getting really bad pains where I woke up in the middle of the night and all of a sudden I started shaking. I felt nausea and pretty much hot sweats and all that stuff. So my partner woke up in the middle of the night when I woke up and he asked me if I was okay. I said, no, I'm not really okay. Like, I feel like I'm so hot and sweaty. He felt me and he tried to like comfort me and all that stuff, but pretty much the amount of pain I was going through, I couldn't really have him touch me at the time being. Like, pretty much I thought also I knew what this was, like what may have triggered it, and I thought it was just a panic attack that you normally get during the night. Like if you've had like a sudden dream and then you wake up and then you start panicking and all that stuff. I thought it was that, so I didn't really take much notice of it either. And pretty much I was awake for an hour, just constant shaking. I couldn't stop, like even if I lift my legs up or anything, like not like up, but like just sitting up, like when you have your legs up to your chest. I pretty much laid down and had my legs up. Hopefully that would help. It somewhat helped, but then something triggered me and made me shake again. So yeah, pretty much that was for an hour, and then I went back to sleep and woke up completely fine, but then I had this stomach cramp and I was like, well, I don't know what's going on, so I pretty much left it, which I shouldn't have. I wish I got it treated beforehand. And then on the 3rd day, I didn't really have much pain, but I did have cramps a little bit. Like basically I was just not as active as I would usually be, and pretty much I would lay in bed the whole day. I was just watching movies all day, watching like all Disney Plus and all that stuff, and just not being my happiest at all. I was just so sore, wasn't really eating much, wasn't drinking much, so I was probably like dehydrated and all that stuff because I wasn't eating. And again, at night time, when it come to bedtime, I felt sick again. I felt the cramps. I felt bad. So then I had a bit of a sook to my partner because I just didn't know what to do, and he didn't know what to do either because he can't really do much unless take me to the hospital if I needed to. But I just didn't want to go to the hospital because I felt like I wasn't ready to go to the hospital. Like I felt like I wasn't that bad to go to the hospital. So I tried falling asleep. I fell asleep for about 2 hours and then I woke up again moaning and groaning because I started getting this really bad pinch on my side of my stomach, and I thought, this is not right. And this is the time that his dad just got home from work from doing a 14-hour shift, I'm pretty sure, because he's a truck driver. So I started crying and pretty much called out to him and said that he needs to come check me out, even though he was tired from a long shift and he just wanted to go to bed. But he had other issues with me, so pardon me. So yeah, he had that. So he like sat on the bed next to me and pretty much rubbed my forehead because I was in a panic attack slash crying at the same time because of the pain. And straight away he did say hospital, and then I said, well, I'll try a nice warm bath and see if that helps, because I think my body was trying to tell me just lying down wasn't helping. So once I got into the bath, I felt a little bit better and I was like, okay, this has actually kind of relaxed me and it's taken my mind off the pain, so it felt good. But then I overheard my partner and his dad talking, saying, is it like an ovary cyst or something? And I started panicking again because I was like, oh my god, I've had someone tell me before about an ovarian cyst popping and how bad the pain can be. And I was like, oh my god, I hope it's not, because if it was to be, I reckon I would still probably be in pain from this day on. So I was like, oh, I'm hoping it's not. So I lasted probably less than half an hour, not even in the bath, because I just couldn't sit in there all the time because it started getting cold and I was just too tired to fill it back up and put warmer water in it. So I got out, laid back down and pretty much fell asleep, and then woke up the next day completely normal, which was really weird. It just felt like a magical fairy went ba-ding and I was better. So I still didn't eat much or anything on day 4 pretty much, and I was like, I feel a little bit better, but I still had some tenderness, which didn't really hurt bad, but I was happy because day 4, me and my partner had a doctor's appointment, so I was going to ask him how, like, what I could do. So day 4 was a sad day, and pretty much what happened is me and him had a doctor's appointment. We went to the doctor's appointment, and I pretty much said to him, I was like, I've been having some pains in my stomach. I don't know if I'm like constipated or anything, but pretty much I've been having some pains. Like, it feels like stabbing, and it feels like my intestines are just twisted and someone's just grabbing hold of them, and it's just so hard, like really bad pressure. So he said to me, unfortunately he couldn't really do much. Like, he couldn't give me like any medication or anything, because obviously being a sad day, he's like, I can't really do anything. And I was like, okay, that's understandable. Like, I wish he would do something, because the pain was really bad when, yes, like the other night was pretty bad. So he said to me, because it was a sad day, we can't really do anything. Your best bet is to go to hospital and see how you go. So I was like, alright. So I left it as that, went home. All Sunday I was fine. So I had 2 good days out of my time being unwell. So Sunday was all good. I did everything. I did the lawns. Well, I didn't do everything, but I just mowed the lawns, had lunch as usual, and then for some reason I started feeling sore. So pretty much basically what happened is I started getting really sore, and obviously we got rushed to the hospital. So my partner rushed me to the hospital, and yeah, so we got there at 2:05 p.m. We waited and waited and waited. I basically, as soon as I got there, I was like crying basically, and I said to them, I was like, I've been having some really bad cramping and some abdominal pain, and yeah, and they basically got all my details straight away and told us to sit down. The moment I got there, I wanted to leave, because I'm a person that doesn't like vomit or anything, so I can't really stand it. I don't like it one bit. And there was 2 patients sick, so luckily I took my headphones with me, because without those I probably would have not stayed. And my partner said to me that we weren't leaving the hospital until we got some answers. So we stayed, well, he left at 8:30, I'm pretty sure. About 8:30, 8:50, it just, I don't know. He just left at that time. He left to go get me some warmer clothes, because it was starting to get dark and cold in the hospital, so I just wanted to stay warm. And we got called in. So pretty much when he left, I asked the nurse how long we were going to be waiting for, and she said that she didn't know how long. Like, she can't tell me how long it's going to be. So I was like, alright, that's fine. And pretty much I went outside again. I pretty much went outside like maybe like 3-4 times, because one, it was really hot in the hospital, and because obviously me being in a little bit of pain, I was like so nervous about staying and if something bad was to happen, so I just didn't know how to react. So when my partner obviously left, I went outside and called him and asked him how long he was going to be, because I wasn't to know how much longer, because when we arrived there was so much people there, like we struggled to get a car park, and there was a little boy that came in just after me with a head injury. And once he got called in, I thought to myself, I reckon I haven't got much longer, because he came in just after me. And by the time I went in, there wasn't really much people there, really. Like, there was just patients that were coming in with not really non-urgent emergencies, but they were just coming in, and they were still there when we left, actually. So yeah, I'll show you some clips of me in the hospital in just a moment. So yeah, I'll be back after you see the clips. Here's a little clip, my IV, my monitor that kept beeping in my ear, which was really annoying. But yeah, not much interesting here. Alright guys, so I'm now back. As you all seen in that little clip, I had an IV in this arm. Which was okay. It hurt every now and then, like pretty much laying down the whole time. I had my arm straight, and because I had all these things attached to me from like the monitor, like I had my finger in the pulse thing on my finger, and I had the cuff around this arm. So pretty much I couldn't really move or anything. Like, I was just technically sitting on the bed or laying on the bed the entire time that I was there. So yeah, I couldn't really move, and if I had my phone on charge, which I did, it kept getting tangled with my finger cord, because my finger was coming over, like the cord from the blood pressure machine was coming over me. So if I was on my phone, like obviously my phone was like wrapped around my hand basically, and the cord kept getting wrapped around it, and I was like getting tangled. But yeah, my partner was an amazing support and all that stuff. And oh yeah, I've still got my badge, and I wrote on it as well. So I do a little thing where if I've been in the hospital, I keep my badge, like my hospital bracelet, for memories and all that stuff. Like, I've got all my other ones as well from when I was in hospital last time. But yeah, still got my bracelet, which is going to be a memory for a very long time, until my children look at these and go, why do you have these? Because your mother is silly. That's what I would say to them. I'm joking, I would not say that to my children. I would obviously explain it to them and all that stuff. I reckon some people think it's weird why I keep my bracelets, but I see it as memories and something that not I want to cherish, but something I want to remember the time of me being in the hospital. Like, sorry if you hear the noises as well, we've got some road works happening outside, so there's just a truck going past, so I'm going to pause it for a minute. I'll be back. Alright, the truck's finally gone. But yes, as I was saying, I'm not keeping these to cherish them, as I said. I'm just keeping them for like memories, as I said before. So yeah, people have their different opinions on what they keep and what they don't keep, and I choose to keep them. So then I look at them, and like, I've got probably 5 others at home, I think, like back in Adelaide, and every time I look at them I always think, like, say for example, if this was one from Adelaide, I would look at it and go, 7 hours. Oh yep, that was for my knee injury. So I've had a knee injury in the past, and oh my god, this truck's going past again. I'll be back. Alright, I think I'm just hearing things, but the truck does seem pretty close, so if I do pause, I'm very sorry guys. This truck's just going up and down the street, so as I said, there's road works happening. But yeah, as I was saying, like, as I said, I had a knee injury in the past, so that one was like 7 hours or something. So I always look at the back of them. Like, normally I cut the sides off here and just have the back part. But another one is, I think, another one for abdominal pain, and that was like another 8 hours, I think it was. And that was at Lyme McEwen Hospital. So yeah, I've got heaps of badges that I like to keep. And I think it was my mum that really started me off, because my mum kept my ones from when I was a baby. So yeah, I think that's how it all did. But off topic here with talking about hospital badges. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm now taking this now. So I've got to drink this now to help me with my issue. So yeah, not really much I can say now. I've said it all, I think. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.